Okay, so here we are. We are on a dry sort of upland ridge, and as I'm looking around me, I'm seeing white oak, a lot of white oak, a lot of hickory, and a lot of scarlet oak. So that's really common for a dry ridge in Athens. So behind me, we have scarlet oak, which is Quercus coccinea and a fagaceae. And there's a lot of distinguishing characteristics about Quercus coccinea. So one, let's just start with the bark. So if you look up this tree, you can probably see you start to get some white lines that run up the tree. Those are typically called ski trails, or have been for a long time by dendrology professors. You can use that term if you want. You can use white lines, whatever works for you. But then what a scarlet oak does is when you get down towards the bottom, those ski trails start to go away and you get this really dark, blocky bark, and then the bottom is buttressed. So you can see how this flares out. And this flared out too. This is a rotten area, so I'm guessing this was flared out in the past. So scarlet, white ski trails going down to a blocky, dark, buttressed base. The leaves on scarlet are, all we have right now is partial leaves, but they are a red oak. They're bristle tipped. This one's missing the terminal portion. They have very deep sinuses, and they're a little bit smaller than most of the other red oaks that we're going to learn. A little bit smaller and a little bit more deeply incised than the other red oaks we're going to learn. If you look at the acorn, here's a cap. Some people say it has a little pixie hat. I found the best one. It also looks a little bit like a Hershey's Kiss. So some people call it a pixie hat, some people call it a Hershey's Kiss cap. And then very often on the acorn itself, there will be concentric circles around the very tip. Can you see that through the... Now that is the one characteristic in scarlet oak that's not always there. Sometimes those concentric circles aren't there. And we have seen it a lot around Athens that they're missing that. But they do all have the pixie or Hershey's Kiss cap. They all have the smaller leaves for a red oak. They all have the ski trails, and they all have the buttress base.